Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Pune brings to you a webinar on origami, twist, turn and fold. To know the fun facts of origami, to develop eye-hand coordination, fine motor skills and mental concentration by our speaker Dr. Mandar Lele. To understand the importance of learning origami in our daily lives, our chairman Shri Subhashji Parmar has inspired and guided us to create your own world with unique art. To learn the tips and tricks of paper folding, let's begin with our today's interesting webinar.
Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to one and all. On behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, I, Mrs. Sarika Rahul Paigude, extend a warm welcome to all of you present here for our today's webinar, Origami, Twist, Turn and Fold. Our today's webinar focuses on transformation of a flat sheet of paper into a finished sculpture through folding and sculpting techniques. In the memory of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, today we celebrate Children's Day, and considering this special occasion, we are conducting this special webinar for our children. To build the cognitive abilities for boosting the creativity and promoting social skills of children, we at Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, under the support and guidance of our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar sir, and our respected committee members, have come up with one more innovative webinar, which will surely help all of us. Now, I request our principal, Mrs. Jacinta Manuel ma'am, to kindly brief all of us about our school. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, one and all. Today is a very wonderful day. Yes, it's a Children's Day, and I wish all my dear children a happy Children's Day. Children, you are the buds in the garden, and they should be carefully, lovingly nurtured. You bring to the world joy, love, laughter, hope, wonder, courage, humility, and youthfulness. Remember, you all are special to us. And with this note, I welcome our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Mandar Lele, who will be speaking and sharing with us the art of origami, twist, turn, and folding of papers into a beautiful sculpture. At Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, students indulge in various art and craft related activities such as painting, sculpting, clay, dough play, nature art, sketching, and origami. All these activities help our students to think and work innovatively by using their imagination and intelligence, and thereby enhancing self-confidence and thought process. We do encourage our students to participate in various competitions of art, and I'm proud to tell you that every year our students excel 100% results in elementary and intermediate examination with flying colors. Our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar sir, who have always been a pillar of support, and with his encouragement in all we propose and all we do, which has helped our school reach the pinnacle of success in all our ventures. Today, through this webinar, let us explore various ways of origami which will help our students to improve more skills and cognitive recognition. Thank you. Over to you, Sarika.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We really feel proud to be a part of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, who is constantly striving for the well-being of our children and society. Today, among us, we have a great personality, Mr. Mandar Lele sir. Sir has done his PhD in mechanical from IIT Bombay. Sir is a professor in School of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT Pune. Sir has been teaching in Savitribai Phule University from last 24 years. Sir has more than 27 years of experience in this field. Sir has received grants from BCUD University of Pune and also from SERB for his research. Sir has interactions with many professional institutions, organizations, and universities such as ISAC, ISRO, and Bangalore. Sir is working as a PhD guide at Thapar University in Patiala, Punjab. Sir is also working as a member on doctoral committee of Satyabhama University, Chennai. Sir has many hobbies such as reading, listening to classical and Indian music, trekking, etc. But Sir is most passionate about origami. Sir works as a trainer in origami. Sir has been conducting workshops from last 15 years. Sir has also conducted a 2-day workshop for children at British Council Library, Pune. You are most welcome, sir. Now, I request Mandar sir to express his views about our today's webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sarika. I hope I am audible and visible. Okay. So, can we share our PPT so that with the PPT only we can start? Okay. Share the screen. I have to share the PPT. Share. Okay, it's visible. I hope it's visible. First slide. Fantastic. So at this outset, let me thank Honorable Shri Subhashji Parmar sir and Honorable Jacinta Manuel ma'am, and I'm very much thankful to Gitanjali madam for giving me opportunity for this particular one-day webinar, and thanks to Sarika ma'am and all technical team for here. So I just want to give the only glimpse of the origami. I don't want to take much on the talking about the origami. Why origami is important and why how it is useful to children. I think if parents are here, I think they can understand how to increase the concentration level for the children, because for this year, probably if you look at the concentration levels are very low. So the origami is one of the techniques that you can increase the concentration level among the students. Personally speaking, I got a lot of good results, and I have studied a lot of other case studies also. So during that, I got very good results. If somebody is doing origami, there's a possibility that a particular student will have the good concentration. So let us start with the PPT, so that probably I know that first of all I will give you the glimpse of the origami, and then probably some demonstrations, and at the end I will take some questions if you are having. Even though you can reach me at my website, that I will show you at the end, and even if somebody is interested to know more about the origami, probably you can talk to me anytime. You can note down my number, and generally, I will work 24/7 for all the students. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. So we'll start with the things. Where it starts, there's the starting point is the where we began. Actually, how to make the paper, that was the first instant. Then the first Chinese wood plate came into existence around 10,000, 10 BC before Christ, and that was the starting point for the. So at that time they are using the some sheepskin or something like that for making the paper, but that was a very raw paper which is available at that time, and some mulberry. So these are the some of the glimpses. You will get a lot of things on the net. I think you can find out. Then there it was a discovery of the glue, how to stick that sort of paper, another thing that came into existence around 16th or 17th century in Japan and China and even in India as well. So that was the thing, and then it was a starting point, and these are some of the glimpses. You will get more things. A lot of videos are available probably on YouTube and on the Google. You should know how to use this particular information. Coming at the outset of the origami, what is origami? I think everybody knows that something is there in it can be considered as art or something like that. Basically, it's a Japanese word. So ori is to fold, and kami means paper. So if you just club it, it becomes the origami. Okay, so it's a Japanese art of paper folding. Probably you know that around over the 2000 years, the origami has been a source of interest, and definitely for the recent times, we are using it as an educational tool as well. And there's a likely possibility, I think I can suggest this particular school that you can include that origami session as a part of the curriculum. There is a possibility. If something is required at the back end, probably I can give you the syllabus revision and other things that is possible. I can definitely encourage. And that gives you a lot of insight. And if you look at, it's a symbol for the peace also. Though I'm working for the World Peace University, I'm always working for the peace and other things. So don't think that the origami is the only pastime. But if you look at the styles of the origami, there are so many things, so many things. I think you can share my PPTs to everybody. Probably everybody can look at this particular thing because there is no time available just to go through this. But now, there are so many possibilities. The basic thing, origami, if you are looking at, you don't need any scissor or you don't need any glue. But there is a likely possibility in some cases, if you are looking for the modular type of thing, or if you are going for some wet folding, then there is a possibility that sometimes you need the cutting or pasting, okay, and so many other things. So these are some of the glimpses that what we can do. This is the origami zoo you can create at your end, probably, or you can create some another type of thing for your own purpose and other thing. There's a possibility you can make your small projects by using origami for your school level. There's a likely possibility. This is a C word. Then, if you look at the birds, you can create your bird sanctuary by using such type of flamingos and other things and sparrows and lot many other things. Then, if you look at the books and other things, I think there's a likely possibility that that question will come. What are the books? If you look at the books which are available probably in the world, maybe more than 3,000 books. And if you look at the total books available with me, I'm having more than 300 books with me and some of 500 odd books on e-platform. So if something is required, I think I can share with you and you can just download it and you can just follow the instructions and so on, so and so forth, you can create. Similarly, you can create your beautiful vase and your flower plot at your at it. So bugs and birds. This is the John Montreal, specifically working in this field from last so many years and having a lot of contribution for the bugs and birds. So if you look at the origami, which is used in China and which is used in Japan. So specifically, if you look at the China perspective, then China is using it for only some sort of technical objects. However, in Japan, they have started with some living objects like birds, bugs, and other things. Okay. So this is the thing. These are some of the books which are available. I can share with your school. So this is a sort of a champagne, the different type of champagne or boat we are demonstrating today. Then this is some sort of a polyhedral or modular type of arrangement even you can create at your end. Then some of the complicated objects also you can create at your end and so on and so forth. So even if you want to make your origami aeroplane tuner, so that is also possible. This is also one of the good book which is available. There are so many books, even boxes. If you want to create your own boxes and if you want to wrap it in a particular way, and if you want to present it to your friend or to your near and dears, then there is a likely possibility that you can create these boxes. So a lot of many things can be created out of the box, though it is a origami. So there are so many possibilities, even some complicated objects also you can create. This is often called as a 3D origami. And for that, you need to follow the instructions and there is single paper need to be folded in a particular fashion. And there are a lot many other things you have to attach. And definitely this takes a lot of time. It's a laborious job, but attaching this particular piece together, probably that is the art. So you can make such type of beautiful 3D objects. This is the swan I have made personally just around 15 years back. So this is another thing we are having in the 3D origami. So this is my zoo, or this is my some of the glimpses of the origami session. Some complicated objects also you can make. You can made it in zodiac signs, another thing, or complicated horses, or then so many turtle and so many other things. So this is all about the. So these are all the glimpses. You can see the how complicated it is. For that, I think this is often called as the advanced origami. For that, you need to at least study origami for first 4 or 5 years. Then there's a likely possibility that. So this is one of the big life-size skeleton of cobra, king cobra. It was displayed in 2014 or 16 in Charlotte in one of the international conference. So don't think that if you are doing origami, you are not linked with the world. There is a likely possibility if you are having any innovative idea and if you are putting it on the pen and pencil and paper, and if you are presenting it in any international level, there is a likely possibility to get some grant from the Japan. There are some universities in Japan working for the origami, and they are giving some grants which are available. So this is the history in 1996. Yoshino has presented this at the second international origami festival at Charlotte in USA, made with 21 sheets, and these are lifetime skeleton of dinosaur. So coming to the basics of the origami, now, if you look at the symbols, and there is a specific language which is available for the origami. If you look at the various bases and various books, generally it starts with some of the bases like pig base, windmill base, or kite base, or diamond base, or fish base, or blind base, and water bomb, and frog base, bird base, and so many. We are concentrating on the frog base and bird base today. That's why I'm making it in red, so that probably we can go ahead. So these are some of the glimpses. There is a specific language, so you should understand that. This is a value code. Suppose this is the paper, and you are folding it this way. I think there is a likely possibility you will get the value code. I think organizers, can I get here? Actually, I need a laser pointer. Laser pointer. It's available here. Okay, my arrow is available. Arrow is available. Okay, fantastic. Very sorry for disturbing. Okay, so the value fold, and so this is the value fold. How to make it value fold? These are the 3 steps, and you can make it value fold. Similarly, mountain fold. So you know the valley and a mountain, which are known to you. So you can do it in particular fashion. Then how to fold it and unfold it. So there is a crease, uncrease. Then there is a step fold. And these are some of the things. I can just share this particular PPT, Gitanjali madam, and you can just share it with your kids for their further use. So they can just go through the basics of this particular folding patterns, and there's a likely possibility they can learn more and more. Even there's a one book which is available that is a step-by-step origami. If you want that particular book, I'm having ample copies with me. I can donate some of the books to your school, and there's a likely possibility that they can study through that books. It gives these some patterns, and based on particular pattern, if you change some sequence, there's a likely possibility they can create a new object. There's a likely possibility. So these are the inside reverse fold and outside reverse fold. So I think the illustrations are very clear here. I think you will come to know when you are going into the depth of it. So such type of solid line indicates that you need the cutting, and in that case, you need a scissor and something like that. Then how to turn the paper. So this is the language. You should understand this language. I think once you are going through these particular books, Biddle and Megami. Biddle and Megami is the classic book I have seen. That was the starting point probably I used in my origami career. So insert, how to do the insert and other things. That is also how to enlarge it and other things. Then how to open the slash and pull out and blow, how to blow it. In some cases, you know, to blow from a particular pocket so that it will give you a particular, the hollow in the portion will get inflated and other things. So these are the primary ports. Now we are starting with the primary port. I hope all the kids are having some paper with you, and probably you can use any paper which is available with you, or maybe Xerox paper, or maybe the newspaper and any other thing. But the one important thing, in most of the cases, we are using the square paper, and there's a likely possibility that in some cases we need the rectangular paper as well. So these are the preliminary ports, and I can even demonstrate also the preliminary port here. It is available. Are you getting this on the screen? Okay. So these are the preliminary ports. These are the preliminary ports, and what you are getting, maybe these are the 4 important ports which are available. So likewise, you can create the first important steps, and these are the 4 preliminary ports you can do it. So coming back to, I think it has gone to some other page. Okay, so these are the preliminary ports. So if you are doing it in that particular fashion, that gives you the preliminary port in a particular fashion, and that is a starting point for the most of the objects what we are looking for. So this is the preliminary port what we are getting. If you look at this thing, this is the preliminary port. I have done it for you. So let us go ahead with the first important thing, champagne. Instead of going to the champagne, I think since we have made the preliminary ports for particular object, we'll do the flower first, because since it's 14th November and it's a Children's Day. So let us start with some flower first, and then I will switch back to the champagne at the end. Is that okay? Okay. So I'll just keep right now this. Instead of that, I'm starting with the thing. Now we are starting with the bird base. So this is the preliminary fold I'm what we are having. And then we have to fold it. We have to fold it in a particular fashion. Similarly, then you have to turn it on, and you have to do it like this. You have to do it like this. So this gives you the kite base. This is called as the kite base. Then you have to open this. You have to open this, and you have to take fold and unfold, fold and unfold. So if you are doing this, then you have to make sure that keeping this crease, you have to put the wings like this. That gives you the another kite like this, another kite like this. Are you getting this perfectly right? Absolutely no issue. Okay. Similarly, on the back side also, you have to do it. So when you are doing this, what you are getting, what is the outcome of this? What is the outcome? The outcome is these are the 2 wings, and what you are getting the 2 legs. So we are trying to make it one simple flower by doing this particular thing. Okay. So you have to just turn it around, and then you have to work on this space, and you have to make sure that this particular should be folded at the end or at the center. So that gives you another kite like this, I hope this is visible. Gitanjali madam, everything is perfect. Okay. And I'm going a little bit slow. So what we are getting is the 3-fold thing and 3-fold thing. So now you have to work on these 2 edges, and you have to fold it at the center. At the same time, now you have to close it at the center. So what we are getting the 3 wings like this, or 3 petals like this, and For that, what you need, some pencil or pen, you have to take it and you have to just give the proper shape and curling thing so that that gives you the first flower to be ready. You have to just make sure. So for that, I think you can use the paper which is available in the market. The origami paper is available in the market, or you can use even the Xerox paper, which is used, color Xerox papers. That is also possible. You can make it in white also, and then you can have the one painting on this particular flower. That is possible. So this is the first flower ready. First flower ready. So this is called as the three-petal flower. Three-petal flower. So let us go ahead with the presentation pack so that we can have the more demonstrations. So, so this is a bird base, and if you are going with the bird base, there is a likely possibility if you change little bit, there is a likely possibility you can make the another thing. Now, I want to make it right now. I have made the flower, but I'm starting with the same basic model, and then how to make it the flapping bird. Let us see how it is important just by changing the 2-3 steps. Just by changing 2-3 steps, how we can able to make it a different model. That I just want to. Okay, so I'm starting with the basic preliminary folds. I hope this is legible. Whatever I'm doing, I think this is absolutely legible. Okay. Please make sure at any moment of time, if you find any difficulty, you can just stop me and you can ask me to go slow so that I can make it in a more the easiest way. So these are the preliminary folds probably, and we are starting with the preliminary fold that we are already demonstrated. So prior to this, we have made one flower, and instead of that, so up to the third level or fourth level, everything is same. That is how to begin that thing. That is a bird base. We have to create that into the bird base. So I will create that bird base as early as possible, so that we can just put it in a particular fashion. So it's the same thing. We are making it in the kite format. Then this is the fold, unfold we are doing. That by putting it in this particular way, we are making the two wings of the bird. And similarly on the back side of it, we are making it in a similar fashion. So what you are getting probably the two wings and two legs like this. So you have to work on this now and see the instructions, what you are doing. We are starting with this particular bird base and we are starting with this particular link. So you have to fold it at this particular edge and then you have to open it. By putting the finger, you have to make it kite base. So you'll get the blinds at this particular thing. So what we are getting is the pattern 3, which is shown in the figure. So at the same time, you have to just fold it, just create the tail of the flapping bird, and you have to fold it this in the again kite base form at the center, and you have to close this to get the proper functioning of the tail. So see what I have completed, I will just pass on this, don't worry. I think you can follow these instructions and you can create your flapping birds at your end. Right now, I think waiting for your demonstration is not possible since it is on online mode. There is a likely possibility. If you ask me to come offline, I can take your 4-hour session on any day, or there is a likely possibility I can teach your teachers because I am a trainer working for training the trainer. Okay, so under that program, there is a possibility I think you can take up that task with Daniel Madam, and probably I can teach you. Your teachers can take further ahead. Okay, so this is the outcome of this. This is the outcome of this. Now, how to make sure that how to make the beak. So for that, I have to fold this in a particular fashion, and then this is the inside reverse fold. I have to make it the inside reverse fold. So that gives you the typical beak of the flapping bird. And then I have to make the beak in a particular fashion that gives you the flapping bird ready. Now, how to flap it? How to flap it? For that, I think you have to give a little bit curly thing to the wings. So that gives you the typical shape to the flapping bird. And this is the flapping bird. So if you hold this at this particular point, and if you pull this, it will flap. Are you getting this? Perfect? No issue? I hope everything is perfect. So it's a fantastic thing that you can create your own objects, and you can use your own objects for creating your small even assignments in school. Even you can create some of the origami techniques to create your science assignments and other things. That is also possible. So let us go ahead with the again preliminary fold. Instead of that, I'm not going to the frog base. I'm again working with the preliminary fold. So how to make the beautiful flower? I will show you the flower first. I want to make this. This is the iris. This is iris. I think in our territory it is known as a champa or safa. So we call it as a safa as a food. It's a very good thing. If you made it in dozens or other thing, or maybe more than 50 flowers, and then there is a likely possibility you can make some decoration arrangement, and that is also possible. So a lot of books are available on the flower origami itself. Now I will show you how to make it, and I just want to demonstrate. But this is the final outcome what I'm doing, because I'm doing a little bit faster because we don't have much time, and I think we need to finish it within a stipulated time. So let us try to make the flower, which is known as the iris, Okay. So this is the thing. I have to again work with the preliminary folds. I think you are aware about what is preliminary fold here. So now primary fold is available here. Primary fold. So preliminary fold. I'm doing that to preliminary folds a little bit faster. You'll get a lot of videos, my dear students. And if you just put origami and some object in, but I think don't do that sort of thing. Prior to that, I think please try to read the books, because hard book, there is no substitute for the hard books. Okay, even though if you are looking at the net and other thing, it's better. But prior to that, I think you should learn some techniques. Right now, I'm doing it in the air, but don't do it in the air. Okay, you need always the hard surface, so that probably you can just press it and you can crease it well. Okay, just for the demonstration purpose, same I'm little bit skilled worker, so now working on working in the air. So this is the outcome of this. This is the preliminary fold. Now instead of doing it in the bird-based form, I'm just making it in the different form that is called as the frog base. So the how frog base can be converted into different objects. So I'm doing this in the frog base form. So the instructions are on the screen, and I'm making the frog base. And by using frog base, whether I want to create a flower or frog, that depends on you. So I am making frog base. So this is a repeated thing I'm doing on the 4 layers, on 4 layers. So this is the outcome. This is the outcome of 2 layers. Similarly, I have to made it on the remaining 2 folds. So that gives you the final readiness as the thing that is shown in the step number 8. So this is a very good thing that so this gives you, in my opinion, the innovative thing, because there is a likely possibility some student may think that instead of folding in a particular fashion, if I am folding in a different fashion, whether I can create any other object. Yes, the answer to that is yes. there is no binding in the origami that and how many ways that you can fold it and what sort of object you can create. So this is the outcome which is shown in the 8. That is the step 8 we are completed. Okay. Now we are going for the next step, that is 8 step 9 to the create the base which is required as a frog base. So I will just make it a little bit faster so that now I need the surface like this on this side, and then I have to fold it at the kite base form. Kite base form. First of all, I will just see that this particular, now this point and this point, if you are joining, that gives you straight line. Any 2 points if you are joining, that gives you straight line. So how to make it a straight line? So just crease it, uncrease it. So I'm getting a straight line. So now I have to open it and I have to use my thumb and forefinger in such a way that I can fold it at the center, which makes you the kite at the center. Are you getting this? Perfect. No issue. And then I have to again press it at this particular point. Now this is the first step, and I have to repeat for the 4 rings. I will just make it so that I will come with the final form as a frog base and other thing. So let us go ahead because I'm doing a little bit quicker. You can take your own time at your end, and you actually I done this particular flower at least more than 1,000 times in my life. So even though if you are just asking me in the night, even I'm sleeping, and if you ask me how to fold it, there is a possibility that I can fold it even I'm sleeping. Okay, but you have to have a practice on this, and don't try it out in the air. You have to always work on the hard platform so that you will get a better crease, and that gives you the elegancy of the object, and so on and so forth. So I'm making it in the frog base within no time, and the frog base is ready. And then the further thing I will try to explain with the slides so that you will understand it better. So what I'm getting, this is the outcome of the frog base. This is the outcome of the frog base. So let us see, this is the outcome of the frog base. That is the step number 14 we are completed. Now, if you want to go for the iris, then we are starting with this particular as a frog base we have created, which is already completed in the 4th step in the last page. Then if you want to do it as the iris, then you have to work on this surface, which is a flat surface, and you have to again fold it at the center. You have to again fold it at the center. And as you know, there are proportions. So now what you are getting, you are again getting a kite base like this, Are you getting this? So by doing this particular thing, you have to work on all 4 faces, and that gives you the final form of the iris. I will just make it for you. You need a little bit patience and the concentration. Whenever you are doing origami, you should have the brain and the hands and that color. Everything is working. Okay, so you have to always use a particular color which is soothing to a particular model, soothing to your eye, and other things. So by completing this, what we are doing, we are completing this particular all 1, 2, 3 steps, and after 3 steps, this is the outcome. Now, how to open this? We are having 4 things. So we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 things, petals for that. So how to open it? So first of all, you have to just little bit press it. Then by using any pencil or pen, you have to just give the curly thing so that it will be a particular fashion. You can use your small pencil also, or small pen, which will, or maybe steel rod. Anything will do. Okay. So you can just give a curly fashion to these petals, and that gives you a typical shape to a particular thing. Similarly, for the remaining two. Okay. So if you are doing this, what is the outcome? The outcome is this. What is the outcome? Okay. So so this is the final outcome what we are getting. Final outcome what we are getting. Perfect. So this is the iris, and accordingly there is a possibility that you can make it in a particular fashion. If you fold it in different way, probably you can make a frog out of it. Okay. So there is a likely possibility. Why I'm sharing all this? Just with the same starting base as I have shown in the frog base. If you fold it in a different way, you can make frog instead of flower. Okay, so that's the idea, and that's the beauty of this particular thing. So now we'll have the last demonstration of this particular thing, which is a very simple thing, and I want to make it with a little bit bigger paper. For that, I know the illustrations are given here. So you have to use little bit lighter paper, because we are getting a lot of folds. Because as you know, if you are making 10 or 12 folds later on, we cannot fold any paper. Okay. So this is the square paper I'm taking, and I'm folding it at the center. I'm just folding it at the center. Then I'm opening it and then folding it at this edge and putting it in a particular fashion. Similarly, on this side also, I'm putting it at this and putting it at this. Similarly, I'm working on the another thing, the back side of it. I'm just trying to find out the center point of this so that I can fold it in a particular fashion. The similar folds, I can put it here and just pressing it hard. You have to use little bit lighter paper when you are doing this type of champagne or the complicated objects. So that particular how to choose the paper, that depends on the model what you are looking for. If you are working with a very hard paper, then there is a likely possibility that you cannot able to fold it properly, and that paper cannot hold properly. So this is the thing. It's a very simple thing. Everything is demonstrated in the PPT. You can just make sure that you can make your champagne and your shikara, often called as shikara in Kashmir, that is ready. So I'm just making it for you, and probably we can stop after this particular thing, and I can take some question answer session if you are having any doubts or any other suggestions. I can meet up. So I'm making it shikara so that we can think about even decorating your home at your end. And then this is the thing, and you have to just reverse inside fold. This is called as reverse inside fold, and you can make it. And then you have to give the proper shape to this, so that gives you the final shape like this. Perfect. So this is the shikara, and these are the all the objects or today's objects. I can show you some of the objects, even some of the flowers you can make it, which are like this, or probably you can have the different flowers which are known as lotus. So this is a sort of a lotus you can create, or some sort of wheel. You can, this is a fortune wheel I'm talking about. So you can create your fortune wheel at your end, or you can have the lotus like this, and so many. So there is a likely possibility even you can create first step of your flower bed at your end, flower bed. It is visible, I think. I hope it is visible. Then these are the flowers, and these are the typical other type of flowers, and so on and so forth. So you can create a lot many things. Don't think that only live objects or doing working on some living creatures, that is only possible. The answer to that is no. You can work on technicalities also. You can create your own things, and you can use it for your science object also. So this is all from my side. I think we'll just stop here for the question answer session. And if somebody is having any questions, probably I will take up that task.
Thank you so much, sir,
Very good.
for giving a wonderful insight about our today's topic. Now, I hand over to Gitanjali teacher for the question and answers round. Over to you, Gitanjali.
Once again, a very good morning to all our viewers who are connected to us on Facebook Live for this creative webinar. As we all are aware, each day starts with a new beginning. Today, I feel really blessed to have such a wonderful personality, Dr. Mandar Lele Bhatt, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, amongst us. As we all know, in origami, the first fold should be done with perfection so that paper can stand. So it is in our life. The children should receive the best education because if they do not have a good structure, they cannot stand upright. So let us all witness what unfolds before our eyes through a wonderful webinar. Origami, twist, turn and fold. Hence, let's begin with a creativity exploration through question answers round. Now, I hereby request a student, Yash Jain of Standard 6, to ask his question. Over to you, Yash.
My name is Yash Jain. I studied in 6th A. My question is origami a good hobby?
Nice question, Yash. Sir, origami हा मुलांसाठी चांगला छंद होऊ शकतो का?
ओके, नक्कीच ओरिगामी हा अत्यंत चांगला उपक्रम आहे. It is a relaxing as well as mind relaxing and mind bending. That depends on the reasons for the fold, what you are doing. Starting with the smallest thing to complex things, that is possible. So that is definitely a good hobby. You cannot think only about the hobby, but you can use it for the technical things as well, for your science objects and other things. That is possible.
Very true, sir. Origami can be good hobby because it helps in relaxing your mind and body and reduces the stress level too. Further, we move on to our next question. I kindly request our student, Dhruvi Jain of Standard 7 to ask her question. Over to you, Dhruvi.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Dhruvi Jain. I study in 7th A. My question is, why is origami so important? Also, can we use normal paper for origami?
A very important question, Dhruvi. Sir, origami हे इतके महत्त्वपूर्ण कसे आहे व महत्त्वाचे म्हणजे ओरिगॅमीसाठी आपण नॉर्मल पेपर वापरू शकतो का?
हा, या याच्यात दोन भाग आहे प्रश्नांमध्ये की व्हॉट इज द इम्पॉर्टन्स ऑफ द ओरिगामी. So the importance is, yes, definitely there is a eye and hand coordination is required, which gives you the fine motor skills and mental concentration. That's why it is important. And about the paper, I think you're talking about which type of paper can be used. तर कुठलाही पेपर आपण वापरू शकतो चांगल्या प्रकारे. That depends on the what sort of model I am taking. आत्ताच मी इलस्ट्रेट करून दाखवलं की थोडासा जाड पेपर मी फुलांना वापरला, पण तेच मी मला जास्त फोल्ड करायचे होते जेव्हा मला शिकारा करायचा होता शॅम्पेन. सो यू हॅव टू यूज द पेपर अकॉर्डिंगली, वेदर इट इज लाईट इन द सेन्स इट इज थिकनेस can be maintained as per the model.
Thank you, sir. कमी खर्चात जास्त creativity. Really, origami helps in the overall development of a child. As we are proceeding further, our parent, Mrs. Renu Jain, would like to ask the next question. I kindly request Mrs. Jain to ask a question. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Renu Jain. My son's name is Yash Jain, studying in 6th standard. My question to you is, sir, what was the first origami? At what age can we start origami?
Sir, सगळ्यांना हे जाणून घेण्याची उत्सुकता आहे की सर्वात प्रथम अशी ओरिगॅमी ही कोणती आहे व मुळात ओरिगॅमी ही कला आपण वयाच्या कितव्या वर्षापासून आत्मसात करू शकतो?
हा, अत्यंत चांगला प्रश्न आहे. साधारण ओरिगामी हा जो काही विषय आहे हा इट डेट बॅक्स टू अराउंड 2000 इयर्स बॅक. बट ऍक्च्युअली कला किंवा जॅपनीज ओरिगामी म्हणून जी आर्ट आली, इट इज इन द नेम ऑफ ओरिकाटा, अँड ही हॅज सरफेस्ड समथिंग अराउंड 1000 cranes, crane in 17th century. But actually, the first work that is often called as a modern origami that came into existence around 1940 or 1950. And about the age, if you're talking about 7 ते 70 वर्ष, असं मी जनरली सांगतो, 7 to 70, anybody can do it, but at least that kid should be at least 7 years old, because that kid can understand the instructions, and at the same time, how to crease it, uncrease it, that should be, I think that a kid can follow that instructions. And for that, I think minimum 7 to 8 years, maybe the next binding you have to keep, whether it is 80 years or 70 years or even 100 years.
थोडक्यात ओरिगॅमी ही लाईफ लॉंग ऍक्टिव्हिटी आहे जी कुणीही करू शकतो. Now, a student, Jayesh Gandhi of Standard 7 is curious about his questions. Over to you, Jayesh.
My name is Jayesh Suresh Gandhi. I study in 6th B. My question is, how is origami used in real life? Can you explain facts about origami?
Very well asked, Jayesh. सर, आपल्या दैनंदिन जीवनशैलीत आपण ओरिगॅमीचा वापर कसा करू शकतो व ओरिगॅमी बाबत काही गमतीशीर व मजेदार तथ्य आहेत, त्याबाबत तुम्ही आम्हाला काही सांगू शकता का?
Yes, certainly, Jayesh. I think if you think about the real life origami, then if you are trying to make the miniature models of the bridges and stadiums, that is definitely required for architecture and civil engineering things, which will definitely reduce the manufacturing cost of the big models out of the very costlier material. And even in medicine also, the paper folding techniques are used to embody the cell membrane and protein, and may be used in the modeling of DNA samples and so on and so forth. You can have a fun with the origami. You can create anything by using paper. If you want to create a wall in your false wall in your own bedroom, then that is possible. Okay, so you can fool anybody by making your own wall, which is a temporary wall you can create. So there is no binding, Jayesh. Okay, you can create anything, starting from a small thing to a very big, complicated object that is possible.
Thank you so much, sir. You have wonderfully briefed us about the correlation of origami with our real life and its importance in our development. Now, we move on to our last question. Our teacher, Mrs. Aparna Dhaigude, would like to ask her query. Over to you, Aparna ma'am.
Yes, good morning. I want to ask a just question that who is the father of origami? Also, can you tell us the world's largest design?
अतिशय छान प्रश्न मॅम. सर, प्लीज कॅन यू टेल अस की ओरिगॅमी या कलेचा शोध हा कोणी लावला व जगातील सर्वात मोठी ओरिगॅमी कलाकृती ही कोणती? प्लीज ब्रीफ अस अबाउट इट.
Okay, thank you, madam, for this question. I think I will ask the first question. The Orikata that you are talking about earlier in 17th century, who has made the 1000 cranes, he is considered to be the father of origami. But that actually, if you look at the origami, it is having more than 2000 years of history, 2000 years history. And if you look at the largest origami crane which has developed, which is around 81.94 meters and was created by 800 people for the Peace Project in Japan at Oshiyama University in on 29th August 2009. That was the history right now. So 800 people work for the peace studies for the Purdue project. They have created one big crane out of paper. And that I think wingspan is around 82.94 meters. That's the record right now.
Thank you so much, sir. On this special occasion of Children's Day, Sir has made this webinar more fun-filled and creative. Through this webinar, Sir has enhanced the qualities of patience, focus, and sequencing ability of our students on this important day. Thus, origami is the dual mixture of creativity and innovation, which helps one to think of new things and do the new things. Thank you so much, sir. I hereby request our principal Jacinta ma'am to present her views.
Thank you, Gitanjali. On this occasion of Children's Day, Sir has guided us on origami creativity with fun and joy. And I hope all my children enjoyed it and will practice it in their daily routine. Thank you very much, sir. Over to you, Sarika.
On behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School and the entire fraternity, I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mandar Lele sir, for sparing his valuable time from his busiest schedule. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your views and so much of valued information which will surely encourage all of us. A special thanks to our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar sir, for always motivating and inspiring us to do our best. I thank our members of Education Committee for their guidance and support. I also thank our principal, Mrs. Jacinta Manuel, for her guidance and timely help. I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation towards our best technical team. My sincere gratitude goes to all our parents and well-wishers and also all our viewers on Facebook Live. We look forward to have you all again in our next webinar. Last but not the least, a very happy Children's Day to all our wonderful children. Thank you.
Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School